Hi, this is Sportmentary, and we're back with another face-off, finally, after a couple-week rest. And joining me from Winnipeg is my sidekick, the Comish.
We love bronze. We love bronze.
Well, what the Commish is getting at is actually what we're debating tonight. Um, really, the Commish isn't in favor of celebrating bronze medals. So the question is, should the Canadian media, specifically the Canadian media, but any media, should we or any country celebrate our bronze medalists? Or any medalists other than gold, I guess is what he's getting at. Is that true there? Do I have your points in order?
I think I've come to the conclusion that there should only be one winner. This gold, silver, bronze is outdated and needs to be changed.
Well, I disagree. I always like a first, second, or third. There's always a first, second, at least in hockey. But in most sports, there's a first, second, third. I'll say this, that winning a medal at the Olympics is such a big honor. And it has such huge tradition. And granted, you want to go for gold, but, it's how many people win an Olympic medal? I mean, it's pretty incredible how hard it is to win a medal. And I think the top three should be celebrated.
I think the more sports that they add, the more people will win medals. What's going to be added next? They've got table tennis.
You could say that in any sport that isn't necessarily an Olympic sport will have a world championship in their sports, and there is 3 medals awarded. That in most Olympic or world competitive sports is 3 medals handed out. And I'll say how big it is to win a medal. South Korea, they're not the only country, but South Korea thinks that their countrymen who win these medals, any medal, are heroes. And they will suspend, not suspend, they will take away your 2-year mandatory military service. Okay? It's huge. Bronze medalists get the same thing. The South Korean soccer team, one of the big things is they didn't have to do their military service. So, and they're not the only country. I can't remember the other ones that were mentioned, but there's many in the world where there's mandatory service, and that's eliminated. So obviously countries think it's big enough to reward even a bronze medalist.
Well, you know what's funny is I guess they're rewarding the fact that the medal's been bought.
Okay, just let's go with that one.
I'll tell you what really got me thinking about this whole bronze medal being not worth the bronze that it's created out of, and that was the way that the Team Canada's win over France in the women's soccer tournament was played up as if though these people had done something that no one's ever done before. And all they did was actually really win a bronze. I know what you're going to say. They got robbed in that game against the USA.
I'll even start. Yes, I'm going to say that. But what I'll say first is, it's the first time the women won a medal of any kind. I'll say this. Even if you take away the fact that they were robbed, and they were robbed, that was atrocious officiating. At the very minimum, it was atrocious officiating. And I won't even go further than that.
But it's the Olympics. It's notorious for bad officiating. It's to be expected.
The game against the United States was considered the greatest women's soccer match of all time. And I'll say it could be even the greatest soccer match of all time. So take away...
I think you're overstepping your boundaries when you say greatest soccer match of all times. It was entertaining. It was back and forth.
Take that away, that they were robbed. And just take away the letdown of such a big game that potentially could have taken them to the gold medal game. For them to rebound and win that game, that's amazing. And it should be celebrated. In any other sport that would be celebrated, they won bronze medal. You might not like the word bronze, but they had to earn that bronze medal. And I say kudos to them. I think that the way that they played during the tournament, their first ever medal, probably one of the greatest performances of any team/athlete out there. And Sinclair was great, if not the greatest player on the pitch of any team. So I have to disagree with you. I'm going to stick up for the women. They deserve Canada's love affair with them. All right.
I'm going to say this. It has nothing to do with the fact that it was women or men. I don't care who it was who won it. I guess because it was the women, it got a little more overhyped because now they're thinking it's going to make every little girl want to be a soccer player. But you know what? The fact is that soccer is probably the most popular sport in Canada. The most kids play soccer at a young age here. Whether they carry it to the next level is another story, but that's goes with any sport.
Can I tell you something? You know my niece is big in soccer, right? My niece was in tears when they lost that game against the United States. And I can tell you, seeing them rebound, I bet you, I haven't talked to her in a few days, but I bet you it brought tears of joy to her. While there might be many women who play soccer in Canada, I think to have a team like this where they could piggyback and then hope that one day they can bring home gold is immense. But I'm going to even go further, and we're getting off topic, but do you know that the United States women won like 62% of the medals for Team USA?
Well, they are calling this the year of the women for medals, and I would think that in Canada most of our medals came from women as well.
Great, and in our case, in Canada's case, they were pretty much all bronze.
Although the one gold we won was won by a woman, so there you go. That's the thing. The women are finally playing on. I guess they're almost every. I think it was every sport this year had a women's competition besides the men. So that's great for women. That's great for the world. But it's not great for Canada that all we can do is bring home the bronze.
That's a separate issue. And I'll say this.
Well, that's what's bothering me is that we're celebrating mediocrity.
No,
congratulations, you got third place. What are you, the champion?
You know what? I disagree. I think the issue is, I think the media has to honor those people, any of our athletes who, and there's twofold, who win a medal. And second of all, those who gave their heart to their sport and train hard and just come up against a machine like the United States or China. All right? You can't compete with them. You can't compete money-wise. You can't compete population-wise. So we do have to say, you know, any medal that we win is an incredible feat for our girls. All right? But that taken aside is the media has to do that. What I think maybe we can argue about is that the Canadian Federation, those people that are responsible for each individual sport and those people who coach their athletes, maybe those people need to strive for more and say, well, we're happy you're on bronze. It's not good enough. Two very different things. Media supporting our athletes, the population supporting our athletes, but those people who train them need to strive for higher. There's a twofold argument there, dude.
I think what my feeling is on the Olympics is it's just too overhyped for what these sports are. No one pays attention to these sports except during this 14-day period or whatever, 15-day period every 4 years. Otherwise, nobody. When's the last time you actually followed a women's soccer match? Or when's the last time you watched trampolining? When's the last time you watched equestrian?
I haven't watched trampoline or equestrian in any Olympics, including this. Women's soccer, I've watched the last couple of World Cups and I really started to get into women's soccer. Just think it's more exciting game and the passion that they show, to be honest with you.
I'll give you that on the women's soccer note, even though we're kind of off topic. It doesn't seem like they dive as much as the men or act.
A lot of action. It's a very physical game and women can get really physical, but it's a beautiful.
It doesn't beat beach volleyball. That's the number one sport.
No, you got it wrong. Women's beach volleyball.
Women's beach volleyball.
But talking about these obscure sports that you never see, handball, which is huge in Europe apparently, still don't really understand the rules. Can tell you I was immensely excited watching handball. Don't really know how to play it. All I know is you have to throw the ball into the other team's net. That's all I came out knowing about the sport. Pretty exciting. Every whistle about things that they were done, couldn't really understand and never got into it. How about archery? A sport that I don't know about you, but I don't see every year. Pretty exciting, actually. The announcers make it pretty exciting.
I fell asleep watching the archery, so I don't.
I actually enjoyed it. You know, I actually enjoyed the archery. But anyway,
that's because you're caught up in the hype of the Olympics. Once every 4 years, these sports, you're not gonna watch it again.
I'll watch it next time.
Exactly. You're not going to seek it out though. You're not going to look for archery on the internet or learn how to do it.
Okay, I'll end with this because we're straying off topic, and then we can just end this. You and I are ex high school water polo players, right?
Yes, you are.
Well, with that being said, they've showed the underwater cam unintentionally what I was looking at, but these women are vicious, and we played co-ed volleyball, so we know what happened to our coconuts, right?
You mean water polo?
Water polo, right? And you should see the women; they kick each other under the water. Now, I saw the men; they had on water undercam, not to the same viciousness. Anyway, that was just a sidebar because it reminded me when we played co-ed water polo in grade 11 our last year because we were too bruised and battered. I remember that was my big pet peeve is being kicked under the water in the you-know-whats.
I do recall that, yes.
Yeah, so anyway, that's straying away from bronze. But basically, I'm going to say that I still love the gold, silver, bronze. They should keep it, and we should, as countrymen, praise our athletes when they've gone out there and given it their all, and then also if they won a medal, because it's so rare to win a medal, and leave it up to the trainers and the federation to say they want to strive for better. That's my closing point, and you can give it your last shot.
My closing point is that there should be a champion. The only one you remember is the person who finished first. You're not going to remember who finished behind Usain Bolt, and I certainly don't remember who the USA beat to win the basketball gold medal, what other team sport medals, the soccer gold medal. You only remember who finished first. Enough with this gold, silver, and bronze. Let's just name a champion. Maybe just in the team sports, I'll argue. Champion in the team sports.
Well, anyway, I've said my final point, and I'll give you your last one. But anyway, if you want to view any more face-offs, log on to sportmentary.com. That's sportmentary.com. Look for the face-off tab, and you can see more of our lively discussions. Until next week, we'll see ya. Bye, Comish.